What's up, guys? My name is Sky, and we're about 7 weeks out with Matt's shoulder rehabilitation training program, where not only are we trying to rehabilitate his shoulder through stability, mobility, and strength training, but we were also just trying to increase his overall strength and conditioning. And I think we've had some pretty good results, and we're going to break down a couple of the main mobility movements that he's been doing in preparation for his training. And then we're going to break down 3 of the main shoulder rehabilitation strength exercises afterwards.
Right. And we shot the last video and we kind of knew how we were going to go about this, but we didn't want to put up anything until we really had the proof to show how it was going to work. And now 7 weeks in, I'm able to do all kinds of motions that I wasn't even able to attempt earlier. So now that we have that proof and we have those results, we can really get behind exactly what was done here and kind of show how we started it.
Alright, so at the beginning of every training session that I've described to Matt, I had him begin with what I call pendulums or shoulder pendulums. And this was because he really needed a good way to just prepare the shoulder joint for motion in all directions. When we first started talking about doing this type of rehabilitation, he could barely take his hand up much higher than his shoulder, much less fully elevate his shoulder. So I knew he needed something very basic to get his shoulder moving in different ranges of motion. So you could start this with even like a 2 or a 5-pound dumbbell, and he's going to bend over. He's going to just pick it up off the floor a few inches, and he's going to swing it forward and back, or back and forth. He can go in both directions, and you just want to get it moving and then let it swing itself. Just back and forth, preparing the shoulder, preparing the tissues for the work that is about to ensue.
Yeah, what I felt with these, especially on the bad side, but even on the good side, is that it just really opened up those shoulder joints so much, and that I saw an immense amount of mobility just when I started working with the dislocators, which we'll show you next. I couldn't use if I just started with the dislocators, I was unable to do one. Whereas if I came and started with the pendulums first, it created the mobility to be able to move on to the next workout.